CompTIA Cloud Plus certification. Question 1. What disaster recovery solution would be most suitable for an e-commerce company looking to ensure business continuity during a data center outage while balancing cost and downtime? Option A, implementing a warm site. Option B, relying solely on local backups. Option C, using a mirrored site at all times. Option D, contracting a third-party service for annual DR drills only. The correct answer is option A. Implementing a warm site. Implementing a warm site is correct because it best supports the recovery, availability, or retention objectives stated in the scenario. The other options either recover more slowly, provide less durability, or do not align with the required business continuity target. Question 2. Which of the following is typically required when provisioning a virtual machine in the cloud? Option A, container runtime environment. Option B, base image with an operating system. Option C, Kubernetes orchestration setup. Option D, immutable infrastructure. The correct answer is option B. Base image with an operating system. Base image with an operating system is correct because a virtual machine is provisioned from an image that contains an operating system and baseline configuration. Container runtimes and Kubernetes are not required for every VM deployment. Question 3. What replication strategy should a business implement to efficiently replicate data across geographically dispersed data centers while optimizing network bandwidth for improved disaster recovery? Option A, delta replication. Option B, synchronous replication. Option C, disk-to-disk backup. Option D, volume shadow copy. The correct answer is option A. Delta replication. Delta replication is correct because it best supports the recovery, availability, or retention objectives stated in the scenario. The other options either recover more slowly, provide less durability, or do not align with the required business continuity target. Question 4. What is the main purpose of utilizing GraphQL in a DevOps environment? Option A. To restrict data retrieval to predefined endpoints. Option B. To facilitate flexible and efficient data querying and retrieval. Option C. To enforce strict schema validation. Option D. To limit the types of queries that can be executed. The correct answer is option B. To facilitate flexible and efficient data querying and retrieval. To facilitate flexible and efficient data querying and retrieval is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 5. What is the main benefit of Terraform state management feature? Option A. It stores all cloud data in one location. Option B. It creates backup copies of all infrastructure. Option C. It simplifies user interface navigation. Option D. It tracks the current state of infrastructure. The correct answer is option D. It tracks the current state of infrastructure. It tracks the current state of infrastructure is correct because Terraform state records the current infrastructure resources and their mappings. This allows Terraform to compare desired configuration with deployed resources during future changes. Question 6. What cloud architecture strategy should a multinational corporation adopt to enhance application performance for users in Asia and Europe, improving service availability and reducing latency? Option A, deploy applications on a single region near the company's headquarters in the US. Option B, use a global content delivery network. Option C, consolidate their cloud resources into one central global data center. Option D, increase the bandwidth of their existing US-based servers. The correct answer is option B. Use a global content delivery network. Use a global content delivery network is correct because a CDN caches content closer to users and reduces load on origin servers. This improves global performance and reliability for downloads, media, and geographically distributed users. Question 7. Which cloud component must be configured to control inbound and outbound traffic to virtual machines? Option A, Storage Gateway. Option B, Auto-Scaling Group. Option C, Object Storage Policy. Option D, Network Security Group or Firewall Rules. The correct answer is option D, Network Security Group or Firewall Rules. Network Security Group or Firewall Rules is correct because it directly addresses the network connectivity, segmentation, routing, or traffic control requirement in the question. The other options are less suitable for controlling traffic paths, isolating workloads, or providing reliable cloud connectivity. Question 8. What is the main goal of a business continuity plan in a cloud environment? Option A, to optimize bandwidth usage. Option B, to recover from data breaches. Option C, to reduce licensing costs. Option D, to maintain critical business operations during disruptions. The correct answer is option D, to maintain critical business operations during disruptions. To maintain critical business operations during disruptions is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 9. As a DevOps engineer working on a CI/CD pipeline for a web application, you need to ensure that automated tests are executed after every code commit to verify the application's functionality. Which tool or service would be most appropriate for implementing this testing phase in your CI/CD pipeline? Option A, Jenkins. Option B, Docker. Option C, Selenium. Option D, Kubernetes. The correct answer is option A, Jenkins. Jenkins is correct because Jenkins is commonly used to orchestrate CI/CD jobs, including running automated tests after commits. Docker, Selenium, and Kubernetes can support parts of the workflow, but Jenkins coordinates the pipeline phase. Question 10. What reasons might lead a startup company to prefer a public cloud deployment model instead of a private cloud model? Option A, lower initial capital expenditure. Option B, complete control over data location. Option C, exclusive use of dedicated hardware. Option D, greater customization of hardware configurations. The correct answer is option A, lower initial capital expenditure. Lower initial capital expenditure is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 11. What scripting logic should be incorporated to automate the scaling of cloud infrastructure by adjusting the number of instances based on real-time CPU usage metrics? Option A, declaring fixed values for maximum instances. Option B, using conditional logic to assess CPU usage. Option C, writing functions to record scaling actions. Option D, initializing variables for instance configurations. The correct answer is option B, using conditional logic to assess CPU usage. Using conditional logic to assess CPU usage is correct because scripts should use logic or variables to adapt resource creation to the current conditions or environment. Hard-coding values or using one script per environment reduces flexibility and increases maintenance risk. Question 12. What is the primary benefit of utilizing a public cloud deployment model for an organization that experiences fluctuating workloads? Option A, enhanced control over hardware and software. Option B, increased security and compliance. Option C, scalability and elasticity. Option D, limited access to resources. The correct answer is option C, scalability and elasticity. Scalability and elasticity is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 13. What could be a possible cause of intermittent connectivity issues for users in a remote office accessing cloud services hosted in the main data center? Option A, WAN link saturation. Option B, incorrect VLAN configuration. Option C, router ACL misconfiguration. Option D, DNS cache poisoning. The correct answer is option A. WAN link saturation. WAN link saturation is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 14. What is the most appropriate routing method for a small data center that needs to establish a reliable connection to a specific external network resource with minimal overhead, considering that the network will not change frequently? Option A, static routing. Option B, load balancing. Option C, adaptive routing. Option D, network peering. The correct answer is option A. Static routing. Static routing is correct because it directly addresses the network connectivity, segmentation, routing, or traffic control requirement in the question. The other options are less suitable for controlling traffic paths, isolating workloads, or providing reliable cloud connectivity. Question 15. What could be a probable cause of slow file transfers and delays in accessing network resources for users in a particular subnet? Option A, overloaded switch ports. Option B, DNS cache corruption. Option C, ARP spoofing attacks. Option D, incorrect MTU configurations. The correct answer is option A. Overloaded switch ports. Overloaded switch ports is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 16. What is the best strategy for a financial analytics firm to handle increased data processing demands at the end of the fiscal quarter while typically running large jobs overnight? Option A, purchase additional servers for their data center. Option B, use a static set of cloud resources to handle all jobs. Option C, implement cloud bursting during peak processing times. Option D, permanently move all data processing to the cloud. The correct answer is option C. Implement cloud bursting during peak processing times. Implement cloud bursting during peak processing times is correct because it adjusts capacity to match workload demand and maintain performance. Fixed or purely manual approaches are less effective when traffic changes quickly or follows predictable peaks. Question 17. What is a common issue that may arise during a merge operation in source control? Option A, conflicts between different code versions. Option B, generating excessive backup files. Option C, losing commit history. Option D, triggering automated testing. The correct answer is option A. Conflicts between different code versions. Conflicts between different code versions is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective. Question 18. What configuration should a healthcare organization implement to ensure that its log data is retained for a specific period in compliance with HIPAA regulations? Option A, use local storage and manually delete logs after the retention period. Option B, configure a cloud storage service with a retention policy and regular backups. Option C, store logs on USB drives and archive them manually. Option D, delete logs every 6 months to reduce storage space. The correct answer is option B. Configure a cloud storage service with a retention policy and regular backups. Configure a cloud storage service with a retention policy and regular backups is correct because it best supports the recovery, availability, or retention objectives stated in the scenario. The other options either recover more slowly, provide less durability, or do not align with the required business continuity target. Question 19. What routing configuration should an organization implement to optimize network traffic between their cloud service providers and central office, minimizing latency and maximizing bandwidth? Option A, route aggregation. Option B, direct peering. Option C, simple path vector routing. Option D, border gateway protocol. The correct answer is option B, direct peering. Direct peering is correct because it directly addresses the network connectivity, segmentation, routing, or traffic control requirement in the question. The other options are less suitable for controlling traffic paths, isolating workloads, or providing reliable cloud connectivity. Question 20. What is the main benefit of using infrastructure as code in a cloud environment? Option A. It reduces the need for network bandwidth. Option B. It allows for consistent and repeatable infrastructure provisioning. Option C. It prevents the need for data encryption. Option D. It eliminates all system monitoring requirements. The correct answer is option B. It allows for consistent and repeatable infrastructure provisioning. It allows for consistent and repeatable infrastructure provisioning is correct because it most directly satisfies the technical requirement described in the scenario. The other choices are less relevant, less efficient, or do not address the stated cloud operations objective.